guess who's back? Yeah, me! Kirby! Hey! And what have we got today? Well, first of all, man, we've got the full name of the company that made me. Yeah, have you heard of Hale? Well, did you know that that's the real name, Hale Kane? I mean, well, not like that name means anything either, but that's the name. Yeah, it's Dream Course. Have you kids even heard of this game, man? Look at the dates down there. 1995. Oh, and hey, it says Hale Laboratory there, even though it said Hale can start. Well, whatever. We're gonna play some Dream Course. But first of all, where am I, man? Some castle walls in the middle of nowhere there, just stoking some grace. With a bunch of rocks with a pattern on the top, like the one I'm standing on. And all this is in an island in the middle of the sky. What gives? Well, anyway, on a course one. Oh, what? I didn't get in the hole. Yeah, that's the hole. And speaking of holes, this game is all about holes. Yeah, it's golf. Dream course, get it? Course, as in golf courses. Yeah. Golf courses are made up of 18 holes, where a hole is actually a giant patch of grass, and then a tiny little 2-inch hole about 400 yards from the start of the grass. Yeah, isn't that what you call a hole, man? Well, that's what it's called in golf. And then, now look what you've made me do, man. Now look what you've made me do. I was so busy rambling about golf, I didn't get a chance to explain this game. Yeah, this is golf. Kirby Golf. The objective is for me to hit all the bad guys. I've got to angle myself up and then charge up the power and fire myself off and try and hit the bad guys. I've got to get every bad guy on the screen, and once I've got all but one of them, the last one turns into the hole. Yeah, that doesn't happen in real golf, I don't think. Well, I'm not actually an expert in golf. We just maybe just as well, because those golfers are losers, man. Man. Anyone that played golf, or anything resembling golf, would be a complete loser, man. Have you seen the clothes they wear? You've got to be a man to join some of the clubs, so I probably wouldn't get in, because canonically I don't have a JA either. Well, except in the enclosed instruction book for Dreamland, it said I was a spry little boy. That thing doesn't know what it's talking about, man. Kirby is beyond genders, because he's the best. Oh, well, anyway, the point is, I've got to beat all the enemies and get in the hole. And I can also jump. Yeah, I can jump up like this. Oh, I didn't get in, but you get the idea. That little bunch of dots that shows up in front of me shows where I'm going to move. And the diamond at the end of it is, I guess it just had to stop the line somewhere. They couldn't just have that line travelling off into infinity. Had to stop. So they just shoved that cone at the end to say, hey guys, we're not going to make this line go for all eternity in that direction. It's going to stop there, and there's going to be a cone to show that it stopped. You can make the line longer if you press down, I believe. If you press down. Anyway, as you can see, this isn't quite like a normal golf course. In golf you got grace, you got some sand bonkers maybe. Yeah, bonkers. Then there's the green, which, despite the vast majority of any golf course being green already, the green is a specific patch of green grass at the end of a hole. The hole not being the hole itself, but a large patch of grass where the hole is in the green at the end. The green is, I don't remember how that sentence was going, but the point is, the hole, which is not actually a hole, is on the green, which is not the same green as the grass that led to the hole, which is not the hole. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is not quite your grandfather's golf, kids. look at this. This is a warp pad. It warps me somewhere. And that Gordo over there, he doesn't take 3 points of vitality off in this game, but he does take 1 point. Yeah, look at that. See those tomatoes, man? It's a golf game, but I've still got health. I just can't catch a break. Even when I'm playing golf, I can die. These programmers, man, they're out to gate me. Why can't we have more games like Epic Yarn? Oh well. Every time I take a shot, I lose 1 tomato, man. But every time I hit an enemy, I gain a tomato. So, basically, you do the maths, man. I mean, the math. You do that. If I don't hit enough enemies and take too many shots, I'll lose a life. If I lose all the lives, it's game over. But, well, that doesn't really matter anyway, because look at that scorecard there. See that? Well, let's just say that scorecard is going to matter later on. Oh, and finally, one more thing to explain. This game was made long after Kirby's Dreamland, so by this time they'd finally realised to give me powers. Yeah, I can collect powers in this game, like the umbrella, which I'm going to fly right into the hole in one! Hey! A hole-in-one! Yeah! I love that flashing star I get. Makes me feel like I'm at school and I did a good job. So the teacher gave me a little gold glittery star. Oh man, that'd be the best. But I didn't go to school, sadly. I live in Dreamland after all. We don't need school and dreams. We just need our imagination. Oh, yeah, I can expand out like that by pressing the button while I'm rolling along. Apparently it makes me go a little longer or faster or something. I'm not sure of the technicalities, man. I'm not a golf expert. I mean, I know some things about golf. I know that for some reason, well, first of all, how does the score work in golf? Well, unlike every single other sport in existence, you want to get the lowest score possible. Yeah, a low score is where it's at, man. If you scored 50 and someone else scored 20, that means they beat you. But not that that ever happens to me, because I'm the best. Yeah. There's even water in my game. Water. Don't fall in that. It's less than pleasant. This hole's weird, man. What's the point of that warp point? You don't want to use the warp. Anyway, I've finally completed the course, so I'm going to blast off into space with my space star, which never appears again in the series, as far as I'm aware. And there's my final score, 17. Man, on a real golf course, that would be the lowest score ever. I would be the world champ, better than that what's-his-face Lion Irons or whatever his name is. And what's this? That's right, kids. This is why you want to score in this game. You get medals. I got a silver medal there. I mean, well, you see, I was purely doing a demonstration. I would have got a gold medal if I was playing this for serious. Watch out for Quaco. Bash! Wispy Wounds! Why? Wispy Wounds! I might have known you'd mess with me! Wispy, you messed with my demonstration! And when you mess with my demonstration, do you know what that means? It means you mess with me! We're already on course 2. Yeah. So I guess you pretty much know what you need to know about Kirby's Dream Course, man. So, the rest of the game is just me flying, it's just me bowling myself about the place. But you can watch this anyway if you really want. And I'm still not finished talking about golf. Where did I leave off with my... Now, what was I talking about? Oh, right, it's flying enemies. And a pumpkin. Is that Mr. P. Pumpkin from the first game? I still can't get over that stupid name. Mr. P. Pumpkin? That's not even a pun. That'd be like saying there's a character in this game called Mr. K. Kirby. Oh wow, hilarious. I'm rolling around on the floor laughing, or whatever the kids call it on the internet. If the kids even remember that's what it stands for, which they probably don't. Yeah. Oh no. The rotating platforms. I hate these. Watch these. These are gonna maze me up. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it did. Phew. Nice try, Gordo. Standing there doing nothing. You failed. Anyway. Hey. In golf. Yeah, so you gotta get the lowest score possible to do successfully in golf. Why? Nobody really knows. I mean, maybe Lion Irons knows, but he's probably the only one that does. Well, either him or his ex-wife, or his ex-car, or his ex-golf club. Never mind. So, here's another. Golf is just nothing but... The real reason I'm playing this game, man, is because golf is just the most confusing thing ever. I won't get some stuff off my non-existent chest. In golf, you gotta take a certain number of strokes on a hole until you get the ball in the hole, which is the actual... You know what I'm saying. In a par 3 hole, you're expected to do it in 3 strokes. In par 4, it's expected to be 4 strokes. And in par 5, it's expected to be 75 strokes. I don't know who expects this stuff though, because when you watch these world champion golfers on the TV, most of them can't even get the ball in the par. What gives? Who said that was the average number of strokes for a hole, man? The grand golfing champion himself? Which is to say, of course, me? Well, no, it wasn't me. So who was it? That's what I'd like to know. Well, I'm probably not going to get an answer. But that's not all I've got to say about holes. Because, of course, they've got special names for how many strokes you take to get it in the hole. Relative to the number of strokes that you were expected to take with this stupid par system. I don't even know if the word par came from that. You hear people talking about things being above par and all that. This is a sub-par effort. like to give an example, Pinball Land is a sub-par game. Yeah, but what does the word par actually mean, man? Why is that the word? Was it invented for golf? Anyway, the weirdest part is that par is the average. So if on a par 4 hole, if you get it in the hole in 4 strokes, you got par. They say you get par for that hole. Why do they say you get par? It's not like anybody gives you par. What, par is not an object, whatever. You get par. But if you get it in less, if you get the ball in the hole in 1 and less than the par, it's called a birdie. Yeah, that's right, a birdie. Something that's got absolutely nothing to do with golf. What gives? There's no birds in golf. But that's not all, man, because what do they call, if you get it in 2 strokes below par, it's called an eagle. And if you get it in 3 strokes below par, it's called an albatross. What is with all the bird names? Is Lion Irons a bird fancier? Seriously, man. I know that... I mean, wait a minute. The only theory I've got is that King DDD himself named them, because he's a penguin. Apparently. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that, did you? And penguins are birds, right? I'm not just making that up. The world may never know. But here's what, but I'm not finished with the names. If you get the ball in one stroke of both par, which is bad, it's called a bogey, man. Bogey. Yeah. A bogey, man. We just what the British people call snow white. Apparently, those idiot English. Yeah. Those Stoke Scots. Those idiot English. Those waking Wales. And those necromancer Northern Islanders. Yeah. Don't ask me. Bogey. I don't even know if they've got names for other things. Albatrosses are a joke though, because you only get them on the par 5 courses. You'd have to get the ball in 2 strokes. And do you know how long these par 5s are? You'd have to hit the ball on the first stroke really far, and then you'd have to hit it on the second stroke really far and get it directly inside the hole. Another thing about golf that grinds my non-existent bones is you've got all these different clubs. You've got the woods, and the irons, and the pitch and wedge, sand wedge, not to be confused with a delicious sandwich, and the powder, and the powder. You use the powder on the green. Well, I mean, you could use the powder when you're 300 yards from the hole, man, but let me tell you, unless you happen to be King DDD after eating an especially spicy aim tomato, you're probably not gonna get it very far then. Maybe Meta Knight would do it. Meta Knight's pretty tough. Although he wears a mask and phone pack, aka Superstar. The mask falls off when I beat him in a most heroic fashion in the final duel. And he looks a bit like me. In fact, you know he doesn't. You know what he looks like? I just realised. He looks like Lolo. Oh, Lolo. Could it be he's made a Knight really Lolo? That explains so much. Except it doesn't. Has that mask ever come off again since then? Was that the one and only glimpse anybody ever got at Meta Knight's face? Like half a second after the battle? I don't know. Meta Knight's not in this game. Did that game come out after? When did that game come out? Before or after Dream Course here? I don't even know.
Golf is now worth playing. No, thanks to me and my game. In which I became a pro, and the pounds railed, and out of the bounce ball. Dream course sure can be holidays nails. Be prepared to have some fails if you're after all my tales. But of course they doesn't apply to me, cause I'm Kirby. Dream course is the base kind of golf. You'd even agree if your name's Adolf. For fantasy start to roll, so watch and see. Just go birdie, no bogey. Right here on your TV. I'm the base in this game. Thought you already knew. Ain't I saying it was due? When Ireland's played a watch his card frame, there's nobody better than me. Planes came to the 19T, and looks there I can't stand tall, for I know we've on the base gate. Nobody is better than me. You know if you play Dream Lane 3 the base, then I mean this seriously has to wait, no, I mean me, Kirby! On the base, stay pushing sideways.
Oh, it's the frost, man. I can freeze that water. Man, I just remembered. Hey, just looking at this game reminds me of my happy little Kirby childhood, which is still basically going, man, because I haven't grown up at all. I used to love the water back in the mid-90s when this game was made, man. This was before the N64 or the PlayStation. Or I don't know if it was before the Sega Saturn, because they came out first. But I used to love the water. In this day and age, 3D like that, it looked amazing. That water looked absolutely beautiful. It even ripples. Look at that. You can see the water watering about, whatever water does like that for some reason. You can skiff on the water, and when you fall in the water, I go down. Oh man, the 3D effects, the best. Of course, now that games have advanced, we can laugh at this and say, hey man, that's not 3D. This is just a Super Nintendo. It's isometric graphics, man. Yeah, that's what we say now, isn't it, viewers? These holes get hard, man. These holes get pretty tough, pretty quick. We're only on the second course. Look at this. What an intense challenge. But nothing is too much of a challenge for Kirby. Especially when it comes to golf. Hey, we've already cleared the second course. Again, I'm just demonstrating this for fun, so I'm not getting the tops, medals and scores. But I can tell you, hey, well, if you come over here, I'll quietly whisper it to you, man. Of course, this is a spoiler, but the medals aren't really worth collecting. You know what you get? You get some special bonuses, man. First of all, you can unlock some extra courses. Say it sound good? Well, you know what it is? It's just the same courses we've already played, but the enemies are in different places. Wow, sign me up. Yeah, that's worth it, isn't it? We've cleared course 3. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Why? Why? That was an intense tornado experience. And here we're gonna relive that miserable memory. Here's another tornado. If these tornadoes shown up in any of the games, I think he was in Dream Lane 3. I've never even commented on the backgrounds. Have you looked at some of the backgrounds in these levels? They're seriously weird. What's that below it? What's that down there? Are those jigsaw puzzles? Jigsaw puzzle land on, what is that, pool of lava on the top left? A bunch of Super Mario World style cylinder heels. What is Nintendo's obsession with these cylinder heels, man? They don't exist in real life, do they? I can tell you there's no heels like that in the real Dreamland. Broomheader's sweeping around the floor with his broom. It won't do you any good. It's not gonna save you from me.
That's what you think, Kirby.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. There's a two-player mode in this game, but man, I'm not even gonna say it food all night. I refuse to acknowledge its existence because the second player is a yellow version of me. And yellow is the worst colour imaginable. I could never be seen dead being yellow. Yellow does not suit me at all. There's no way I would be yellow. There's no way anybody would have ever thought to make me yellow. I don't care what Mr. X says. What an idiot. Anyway, the medals also get you a sour taste or something. Oh, big deal. And they also unlock some extra two-player courses, which I'm not going to show you, so it doesn't matter. Although the two-player mode does have some special courses programmed exclusively for the two-player mode. It's even got a special enemy that's only in the two-player mode, man. It gives you random powers. That's not bad. How many of the kids that played this game ever saw that? Not many, I'll bet, because none of them probably had friends. Yeah. Anyway, here's something I find really fascinating about Dream Course. Did you know that the Japanese version of this game had an introduction? Yeah, that's right. The Western one doesn't have one. You just go straight to the title screen with me standing there looking like myself, parading about with some spotlights flashing in front of me for no reason whatsoever. That screen isn't even in the Japanese version. They've got a different one. And they've got an intro that plays, describing the plot. The West knew about the plot as well, because guess what, yeah, of course, it was in the enclosed instruction book that nobody would read these days. In fact, they don't even exist these days. Nintendo stopped making enclosed instruction books. Man, what a sad day. That's pretty sad. I remember a time when Mario himself would personally advise the player in his own game to check out the enclosed instruction book. Not anymore, man. He's not gonna suddenly pause the action in the middle of level 1-1 or new Super U Brothers 3 Mario DS or whatever and break through the TV screen and tell you to read the enclosed instruction book because there isn't one. If he does do that, you can personally send him a message from me saying, "Hey Mario, get back in the TV! There's no enclosed instruction book anymore, you idiot! Go back to closing doors in hotels!" Yeah, you tell him Kirby said that. I'm the best, not him, man. Nintendo gives him too many games. When's my next platformer? Probably in another 5 years. They're making one for Mario every 2 days. When's the next one coming out? It's only a matter of time, guys. It's only a matter of time. You mark my words. Anyway, what's the plot of Dream Course? Maybe I should have explained the very nuanced and thematically intricate plot that led to me turning into a golf ball and playing golf. Well, the plot is, oh man, it's been so many years I don't remember the plot. Well, no need to worry because I'll tell you what, I can save the day. It just so happens that I forked out the cash to get an internet connection in Dreamland. Yeah, my little dome-shaped house that only ever showed up in one game or something has now got the internet, so I can look up the plot to Dream Course. Let's see. What's this? Wikipedia? That sounds like a reliable website to me. Let's see now. Kirby's Dream Course. What? AKA Kirby Bowl? Kirby Bowl? What? This isn't bowling? Who named that? Oh great, look at this. It was released in Japan in September 1994, but it was February until America saw it. What was that? That's 4 months later? Yeah, it might as well be, but they'll go by the days. And guess when Europe got it? In August. Yeah, 6 months later. No, in fact, more like 7 months going by the days. Europe always gets the shaft, man. Well, they used to anyway. Seems like they try to release the games more close around each other these days. Back then, man, Europe had to wait for like a year to get anything. If they did, they didn't get half the games that came out in America. And America didn't get half the games that came out in Japan. Anyway, right, let's see. Instead of a ball, the player tries to hit Kirby around the course. Yeah, you better believe it, man. You're shooting me. All the kids bought this game up. They couldn't wait to control me. Let's see. I just want... Man, what's this? I just want to see the plot, but there's no plot section in this page. What a joke! There is no plot. This is pathetic. The plot is not given on the... This is critical information. I trusted you, Wikipedia. But I've been failed. I just had the internet one day and it's already failed me. But at least it explains that this was originally going to be a game without me. Can you believe that? Nobody would have bought it. Spatial T-shirt. I can't imagine why they changed the name. We'll have to go somewhere else for the plot. How about Nintendo.com? No, it doesn't have it either. There's gotta be somewhere on the internet that has to have the plot to Dream Course. It's so vital to the player's immersion in the game. There's no way they don't have it. The Kirby Wiki, man. There we go. This has to have it. The Kirby Wiki. Kirby Wiki, if you don't tell me the plot to Dream Course, you dare to be. It's as simple as that. Right. Wait, gender mail? Gender mail? I should just quit out of the page right now. But no, I'm an idiot. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm gonna find the page for Dream Course. If it even has it, man. Oh, Pinball Land. Did they have to put it next to Pinball Land? If I'd clicked the wrong button, I don't know what I would have done. Right now, let's see. Well, it doesn't have the plot. The first game to feature my house? What is it? That's interesting, mate. The game contains many sound effects from Earthbound / Model 2, as both games are being developed side by side. That's one of those stupid RPGs, isn't it, man? Don't have time for RPGs. Why is this Wikipedia page so slow? I'll tell you what I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing the plot. Can nothing give me the plot to this stupid game? That does it. I've been trying to avoid this. I'm going to GameFAQs.com. Yeah, I've heard of this. People are constantly going to my games and talking trash about them. Well, finally I'll be able to go online and make and say insulting comments about them. Yeah, I can't wait. I'll teach them. Right, Dream Course. FAQs. It's the plot's gotta be here. See wall. If you don't have the plot to Dream Course in here, Welcome to one of the few Kirby's Dream Course FAQs in the night. Yeah, gee, I wonder why, man. I wonder why nobody's reading an FAQ for a golf game. What an idiot, man. What an idiot. Anyone that plays anything vaguely resembling golf is the biggest idiot ever. Right. Blair. I don't think he's gonna give us the plot. I can't believe this. The internet, people talk about how great the internet is, man. Oh, you can find anything on the internet. Well, I'll tell you something I can't find. The plot to this game. For goodness sake. What's the plot to Dream Course? I know. Are you starting to question my sanity, man? Do you think there's not a plot at all? No, there is, man. There we go. The other guide has the story, man. The guide that was written 4 years before the one I was just on. Nice job, Seawall. Hey, right, I'm going to read these out in my carefully honed, exquisitely crafted narrator voice. I hope you're prepared for some mellifluous sounds. Because my non-existent Adam's apple is gonna do the trick. Right now, okay. Hey.
Once upon a time, on a little star, there was a small, peaceful country called Dreamland. The Dream Spring incident was over, and the inhabitants of Dreamland returned to their normal, peaceful lives. Every day they would eat delicious meals and take wonderful afternoon naps. There was no need to worry about anything, since everything was so peaceful. At night, everyone slept soundly as thousands of stars lit the sky and quietly stood watch over Dreamland. The stars, known for their beauty, became the pride and joy of everyone in Dreamland. One night, the inhabitants said to one another,
"Let's gaze at the starlit sky and have wonderful dreams tonight."
However, when they gazed up into the sky, they noticed something was different. The sky was black. There wasn't a single star in sight. The next morning, they were very worried. Everyone became upset and asked each other,
"What happened to the stars? Will we ever see them again?"
Then someone said,
"Don't worry, surely the sky will be full of stars again."
However, the stars did not return that night, or the night after. Everyone in Dreamland became very sad. How many nights have passed since they last saw the beautiful starlit sky? Every night, all they saw was the pitch-black sky and no stars. Everyone was in a state of shock. They were so worried that they gradually stopped eating their delicious meals and no longer enjoyed having dreams. Their spirits were sinking fast. Eventually, laughter ceased in Dreamland, and everyone stopped smiling. Another dark, gloomy night loomed over Dreamland. All sorts of rumors had been spreading, and everyone was saying,
"It looks like King DDD is behind this. I bet he's hogging all those beautiful stars for himself."
Could it be that King DDD is indeed responsible for the missing stars? If it's true, there's only one hero that can save the stars. Yes, that young hero.
It's me, Kirby! Well, no, the script didn't say that.
Yes, that young hero is Kirby. He comes in with the spring breeze and saves Dreamland in times of crisis. Kirby sets out for his long adventure to punish King Dedede once again and take back the stolen stars. Kirby heads for King Dedede's floating castle. The king has set up many traps in his castle. His servants each have a star, and they wait for Kirby's arrival at the castle. This adventure is full of new and amazing challenges. Good luck, Kirby!
Well, thanks, man. There, I finally found the plot to my own game. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I do have the enclosed instruction book somewhere around here, lying in this house. I've got the enclosed instruction books to all my games. You think I wouldn't have them, man? I've got a collection of everything to do with my games. Every last game I've ever been in is on my special Kirby games shelf, packed with the enclosed instruction book. Even Pinball Land. Now, I've got to have a complete collection. You got to take the bad with the good. Even that. Well, anyway, yeah. So, man, I sure had some fun. Did you like my narrator voice, man? I spent 5 seconds practicing that. But of course I didn't need to practice at all, because I'm the best!
I'm the best, God's the worst. My ego can't burst, seem lastly accursed. With Amy and hers 18 holes on phone and adventure are what you will never see. Golf forced me to tears, and because I'm Kirby, which means I'm correct about absolutely everything. Dream goes on the other, exemplifies the things that golf really should have been. It is mysterious that those shapers restored it. It didn't make it good. Like me! I don't real golf courses have enemies and bottomless pits into which to land. Stay, they've only got 10. Well, I case there is that course rain played with the sky islands. How random. A woman's tea slightly closer. Did someone calculate the exact difference in strength between the average man and woman down to the exact yardage difference between them hitting the ball? I doubt it. What's the point of the flag? Why's the whole count 18? What's with all of the slag when you swings indeed? Yeah, based, I'm the best, golf based, I'm the best, Kirby, I'm the best, being space is just what I do. Base. Being based is just what I do, based. Wait, Scrake Slate, I take that back. Let me make this perfectly clear. I'm the base at absolutely everything. Being based isn't the only thing I do based. I do everything else based as well. Alright, got that? Good. Based.
Look at that, a gold medal! Hey, hey, hey! Yay! 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 Yeah. Where are we now? That was course 6. I'm getting fed up of this. How much more dead air am I gonna have to... I mean... How many more exciting golf facts do I have to tell you kids? Well, not bad is the answer. Right, now everyone, let's get that UFO. Now UFOs are the best. UFO stands for Unidentified Flying Object, man. When I get that, it's the best power in the game. Just ask any of the kids that played this back then. Yeah, you want to get your hands on that UFO. If you hit the UFO and use the power, you get 10 seconds to fly in any direction you want and hit anything. It's the best. Although there's some tricky catches. First of all, whatever vertical position you are on when you hit that is the vertical position you stay on, man. You can't go any higher, and you can't go any lower either. If there's an enemy below you, man, you can't hit it without dropping to the ground and stopping using the power. And once you stop using the power, you can't use it again until your next turn. The only way to make that UFO go higher is by moving up a slope. But once it moves up the slope, again, you can't get back down again. Trampolines. You can bounce really high. Really high. With a trampoline. Kirby is my name. Kirby is my name. Yeah, Kirby is my name. Kirby is the best. Eat it, man. Yeah, eat this too. Eat that. Wee! Down we go. Ah! Craco, you cloud! Yeah, that was a devastating insult right there. I think I've just destroyed his self-confidence for that. He won't mess with me again. Except he will in every single Kirby game ever made. Just like Wispy Woods, the two of them never learned. Why is it called Wispy Woods anyway? Wispy? Well, Wisp? He's a tree. He's not a wisp. It implies like he's some kind of cloud, like Krakow. Krakow should have been called Wispy. Mate, it shows Sponkel for the first time how pathetic it is that one of the bosses in my games is a cloud. Literally, it's just a stupid cloud. A cloud with one eye for some reason. Cyclops cloud. Cyclops. Cloud copes. Yeah, my most iconic bosses are a tree and a cloud. What does that tell you about me, man? I don't even know. You tell me. Squishy, eat it, man. Thanks for tricking me into playing pinball laying that time. Oh dear. Painful memories, but it's all over now. Pinball laying can't hurt me ever again. What a strange sound, man. Is that one of the sounds from Earthbound / Model 2 that Kirby page was talking about? The Kirby page that took the trouble to research what sound effects were reused from other games, but didn't take the time to put the story of this game, the epic masterpiece of storytelling that is the plot to Dream Course. Shakespeare himself would have been proud of this. All the stars in Dreamland disappeared, and King DDD somehow stole them. I don't know how he did that. The plot did not go into sufficient detail for us to establish how he stole the stars. He just did. Somehow. Mind you. So what? These days, on your planet, what's it called, Earth or whatever it is, you can't see the stars anymore anyway, can you? Yeah. Look up into the sky at night, kids. There's no stars up there. Well, maybe there's one. Why they all went away? Because you humans have all those lights these days. You can't see the stars. Light pollution, they call it, man. You can't see all those constellations that the Romans made up or whatever it is, like Orion's belt, which is actually just 3 stars side by side. Somehow that's a belt. Yeah. Don't ask me. Oh. I hate golf. And yeah, a gold medal. Did you expect any less? I hope you didn't.
Prepare to be clobbered, Kirby!
Ow! That hurt, King Diddy. Wait, where'd he go? Could he be hiding behind that tree that he's not even hiding behind? Whoa! Oh, I got caught, you Diddy. That was a little weird. Anyway, it's time to start the next course. The final course. Course 8. Now that I start to... Hey, now that I start to analyze the plot of this game, why did King DDD set up all these golf courses? In fact, for that matter, why am I choosing to turn into a ball and roll into these things like a golf ball? In any other Kirby game, I would just walk over and soak them up. I don't soak anything up in this game. Were they going through a period where they thought maybe that was too mature for the kids? Me eating stuff? Because when you actually think about it, it's really horrifying. Well, maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were going through a rough patch with me. Nintendo wasn't quite sure if they should keep Kirby going anymore. Nintendo should have never questioned themselves then, because Kirby's the best! Of course he kept going. Oh. Why am I choosing to turn into a ball and roll into these things like a golf ball? In any other Kirby game, I would just walk over and soak them up. I think I might have found a plot hole. Maybe that's the reason why I couldn't find the plot on the internet. Nintendo, or Hale Kane, have been systematically going around and taking down every upload of the plot to this game they can find. Because they were just so ashamed when they realised the plot didn't make sense. Maybe that's the reason they took out the introduction in the Western version as well. They already realised even back then. Shigeru Miyamoto, or whatever his name is, he was having a drink at the local Japanese coffee house, and he suddenly put down his cup and realised, oh right, the plot to Dream Course, well, he would have said Kirby's Dream Course, the plot to Kirby's Dream Course doesn't make sense! And he jumped out of his seat and roast back to Nintendo headquarters and got straight on the phone to Hale Laboratory. Hey guys, he shouted, I just realised, we didn't explain why Kirby's playing golf! We didn't explain why Kirby's turning himself into a golf ball! And the man on the other end of the phone, or maybe it's a woman, or maybe they're like me and they don't have a gender. They said, wait a minute, you're right, Shigeru! Now what are we gonna do? We can't backpedal on this, we've already released the game! Then Shigeru had a brilliant idea. Wait a minute, he said. We might have released it in Japan, but we can still do something before they release it in America. And so, that led to what happened. Wait, I don't know if that's what happened, but it's funny to think about. Yeah, well, actually, according to that Wikipedia page, they took out the introduction so they could make the cartridge smaller. They could spend less money on the memory, or something like that. I don't know anything about these games. I don't know anything about these technical stuff. I'm just a pink puffball. A pink puffball that swallows things. Except in this game. Actually, I didn't swallow anything in Paintball Land either! In fact, paintball, golf ball, these games are, in some ways, these games are kind of the same. I'm a ball, I can only barely control myself where I go. And how hard it shoots me. If I press the button slightly too early or late, I'll go flying off the edge of the screen. This is Pinball Land! Wait a minute, no. I'm going insane, man. This is not Pinball Land. For one thing, I'm having fun with this. These games are blazed. Yeah. I'm not hitting flippers to stop the ball going down the hole. I'm hitting myself with nothing to make the ball go down the hole. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. So it's not the same. There's not even any bosses. Well, oh man, maybe I shouldn't say anything about that yet. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll just have to wait and see if there's any bosses, man. Although if there is, you can probably guess who it'll be. No, not those whales that are in the background for some reason. Maybe I should have spent more time analysing these weird backgrounds. They don't make any sense. Those whales look kind of mad. They look like me after someone's messed with me. But since this is the last course, of course it's gonna be the toughest one. I've gotta put on my best effort here. How appropriate for me. My A game is required. Yeah. That wasn't so bad. Wispy wounds! Get out of my way! I'm gonna have to jump over here. Oh! One of the other mechanics in this game is you can curve the shots. You can tilt to the left and right, and I'll curve around instead of going in a straight line. But, man, you better know what you're doing when you do that, because it could seriously mess you up. That curve, you see what they don't tell you kids, is that curve just keeps on curving. It doesn't stop. That line only goes up to a certain point, but after that point, the ball just keeps curving. If you curve round in a circle, it'll just keep on circling, spiraling round, non-stop. There's no way to predict where it's going to go, man. The curve's a joke. Don't use it. If you happen to play this game, you can compare your score to mine and see how much what higher it is. Because this is golf. The lower score is better. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. Imagine if video games were like that, man. The high score table was the low score table. Oh, look at that. There's what I was saying. You unlock some special courses, man. Yeah, but it's not worth it. And now we've completed the game. What's this? Or have we? No, we've not. There's one challenge left. King DDD himself. What's with those clouds, man? Look at that. What kind of clouds are they? The same ones in this screen here, apparently. Not getting lazy at all, programmers. What earth is this? King DDD! Yeah, this is not totally out of place at all, is it? I've got to bounce my ball over to that thing and hit it. Watch out for the mini DDDs. Why like that? Right. But at least I can just keep going if I've got lives. We've got what it takes. I don't know if putting the spin on the ball makes it hit any harder, but this is a bit late in the game to be introducing new mechanics like that. Most like it's a bit late in the game to be introducing the boss in the first place. Man, they should have had these after every single course, instead of just the last one. What a joke! But at least it's over. Well, DDD, get back here at once! Oh, he was just jumping away before the place exploded for some reason. And that's the end! Yeah, we completed Dream Course. What an ending, eh? What an ending was that, huh? Well, don't worry, because this is the real ending. You get to see me putting back all the stars that went away. Yeah, and you can even see the constellations. Isn't that cute? What's this one? It's an aim tomato! Well, actually, it's not. That's just a normal tomato. There's no aim on that. Don't these programmers know what I care about, man? Just gotta have an aim on there. There's a fish. This is phone. Can you guess what that is? Yeah, it's a star. It's a star made up of stars. Well, it's a star made up of stars and lines that don't actually exist drawn between the stars. It's just connect the dots, basically, man. Those Romans and their constellations, or whoever it was that came up with those, they invented connect the dots. I thought it was usually children that played that these days, but I guess back then, the adults had some fun as well. And what could this one be? Yeah, that's right! Me! Because I'm a superstar. And here's one. What could this possibly be? 2 I's and an H and a D? No, it's end. Yeah. As in, this is the end of the game, end of the video, end of me talking to you. So, the time has come to say goodbye. I hope you had a pleasant time playing golf, but it's over now. Let's go to the 19th hole, which is not actually a hole, nor is it one of those other holes. It's actually the bar in the golf club where people drink, where the players drink or something. I don't know.